The Dearborn Independent, August 27th, 1927, Volume 27, Number 45. Mr. Ford's page of the Dearborn Independent, where credit is due. Doing a job well for its own sake is better than doing it for the credit one may get out of it. A good workman is soon recognized and does not have to hang out signals to attract attention and admiration for his work. One who is over anxious about getting credit for what he does generally fails to make an impression. It is his personal advancement which is outmost in his mind and not the performance of a better service. A laudable desire for recognition may be very well, but it must not take the place of efficiency. To make the work secondary and the recognition primary is unfair to work. The person who is over anxious about getting credit for what he does is not an impressive person, to say the least. But he may not be entirely blamable either. He may be the product of the false prophecy philosophy of life, which teaches that a man is successful only insofar as he gets credit for being so, and believing that he may perhaps also have the experience of credit unjustly withheld from him, and so he grows over-anxious. The sense of personal injustice is one of the most painful burdens a man can bear about him. The desire for recognition is natural, but it is far from being the highest desire. The real workman knows that his work is his unanswerable witness. Far higher than the desire for recognition is the creative desire, which finds its satisfaction in work well done, whether anyone sees that is well done or not. Just where to draw the line between a laudable desire for recognition and overwhelming thirst for credit is not easy to do. The one is normal and the other abnormal. But we should say that the line of demarcation exists somewhere in the individual's attitude towards the work he is doing. If his inclination is to do his work well, whether he foresees special credit or not, that is, if he has pride in his work quite apart from its possible relation to other men's opinions, then it would be probable to say that his desire for recognition would be normal. But if his work means no more to him than a talking with which to attract attention, if when without any hope of recognition for the particular job on which he is engaged, he slurs it over and neglects it, then it is apparent that his desire for recognition is not born of high workman's pride, but of selfishness, personal interest of rather small caliber. There is far too much work produced for all of it to be accurately judged, but a good workman is always seen and recognized. All the carefulness, dependability, honest pride, and power he builds into his work is somehow built back into himself. It is a matter of character, then not merely of articles of manufacture. If men were certain that their livelihood and respect as members of society were assured from the beginning, we should have a sounder foundation on which to appeal to them to make their advancement within the limit of their work. The matter of personal advancement is one that is not considered as carefully as it ought to be, and much of the misconception concerning a man's credit for his work grows out of the kind of idea of advancement which he may hold. It may not mean to him becoming a better workman at what he is doing. It may mean becoming a workman at something else, at a high rate of pay, and with a greater degree of respect attaching to his rank. It may mean the kind of advancement which brings more of comforts of life and the desirable opportunities which it would give to his family. A number of men do not consider their work alone. They are also considering the methods, fair and unfair, by which they may attract attention, win favor, and gain advancement. If men felt that their livelihood and respect as members of society were assured from the beginning, there would be a sounder foundation on which to appeal to them to make their advancement with the limits of their work. It is most unfortunate when a man is under the influence of the idea that to catch somebody's eye, to attract admiring attention, to get full credit for what he does is the one element which he must not omit from any effort he may take. That to do a piece of work and get no credit for it is little less than a calamity. One result of this, as far as the work itself is concerned, is that it becomes a secondary consideration. The job a man is doing, the article he is producing, the special kind of service he is rendering, turns out to be not his principal work at all. His main task is to bring about his personal advancement. The thing he is doing is not being done for its own sake. The service he is doing is not being done because it is a service, but because it is a platform from which he may practice the art of catching somebody's eye, the art of attracting credit, bringing attention to himself. This habit of making the work secondary and the recognition primary is unfair to the work. It makes recognition and credit the real job, while the job which a man is paid to do is used merely as a kicking off place. If a man's advancement were to depend upon his good fortune in catching someone's individual eye, one could readily foresee what it would lead to. Men would work with the idea that if they failed to get credit for what they did, they might as well have done it badly or not to have done it at all. This is a most unfortunate misconception, for by doing well the thing for which he knows he may get no credit, a man is doing something which will never be lost to him. He is building certain qualities which cannot be hidden.